Could signs be evil? I don't think so. The Bible refers to signs in the book of Genesis. When God set the seasons and the cycles of the seasons and the stars above the moon and the sun, and he called it, let it be for signs and seasons. I always thought that word sign in the midst of astronomical phenomenon is out of touch. Is it out of touch? Or did it take a future generation to understand the true meaning of the zodiac? The wonders of nature, they bring the mystery of unlimited world of possibilities. When we walk to a zoo, we see all kinds of different creatures. And you know, Zodiac also means the circle of the animals. Circle of the animals? How does that tie in with the intellectual discussion? Adam knew that. God gave a task to Adam to name all the animals. Most of us may not be aware, but a name represents a meaning, a task, and an instinctual presence that is in, call it our software code. If the physical body is our hardware, our imagination, our emotions are our software. Yes, no other generation could really put it into these words. But to us, it could really be manifested and understood in ways we never thought as humanity possible. So when I say we have become more energy, it's because with a fingertip, we could have all kinds of knowledge. But all knowledge with no wisdom becomes sometimes a scary ordeal. Why? Because if we have all the knowledge, but we do not have the wisdom of the true understanding of our existence, we will not know happiness. We will not know how to be in harmony with our world and have peace within ourselves. So how does the zodiac help us in this process of peace and harmony? So, what does zodiac mean? In Greek is Zoe, which means life. In Hebrew is Sati, which means the way. Languages have a profound mystery if we can just tune in and know the differences and how they explain the same meaning of the word zodiac. And not just zodiac, for so much. They are like a melody when you put them together. They bring a bigger message, a higher message into focus. So zodiac, talking about focus, is what focuses our human evolutionary growth process. What do I mean by evolutionary growth process? We all thought evolution was when we became biologically human from the animal kingdom. No, that's not what I'm referring to. Biologically, that evolution has some rights and truth in it. But spiritually, we were made in the image of God. None of creation was that made in that same image. What does it mean to be in the image of the living God? Yes, Zodiac is that mystery that guides our pathway to understanding. The Magi's knew that mystery. They followed the star to the newborn king. Yes, he was being born as a human. So what does it mean for the rest of us? Do we have stars that point to our birth, to our growth, to our death? We all know our days are numbered. No matter how we ignore the fact, no matter how we never want to think about it, but because cemeteries full of ashes and remains of the past. So let us talk about this mysterious language that heaven has put forth in all the cultures of the earth. From the beginning of time, the one thing that every culture, every language, every race agrees on the face of the earth is the language that stars brought forth. Everything has a blueprint as we create things. Homes, schematics, anything in our world. So we are made in the same form. And the astrology, the charts, give us that blueprint of when we were born, the two-dimensional map of how the planets around the earth looked. And after these thousands of years of research, it's being fine-tuned to know what each one represents. The ancients referred to them as gods, because gods is a word that represents something that's hidden, it's bigger, it's from another world than we are. The Zodiac is explaining a pattern for our life cycles. The 12 signs, they start from Aries, they end in Pisces. They each have a message. And all of us pretty much know the sun sign we were born under. Sun sign, what does it mean? Well, I'm a Sagittarius. I have mentioned it in other programs. You may be a Capricorn, Aries, Libra, and you know pretty much what it stands for in our generation. Astronomers find astrologers out of touch. Then astrologers find astronomers out of touch. And what do I mean by that? Astrologers use a geocentric map to figure out how the heavens and these heavenly bodies affect every single individual. Astronomers laugh at that. They say, aren't they aware? We live in our universe, our solar system is based on a heliocentric system. What does heliocentric mean? It means all the planets revolve around the sun. But astrologers are smarter than that. They know history. They know the vibes of psychology. And let me put it this way. There are good doctors and bad doctors. There are good astrologers, bad astrologers. Good astronomers, bad, all right, astronomers. So is with every single individual. But we cannot reject the fact and the idea that astronomy and astrology were one science. They were divided in our history in order for the manifestation of better understanding of both dynamics. Before we had the understanding of the world of science, we had mythologies. Myth in our generation means something that is fake. But that is not the truth. The truth is, our world was planned, and the story of the gods and the myth were given to humanity for further understanding of our world, from our human nature to our outer universes. Is it enough just to know what the stars and planets are made out of and their distances? How is that going to help us astronomers to know ourselves? And astrologers are trying to keep up with human destiny. From the beginning of time, they watched the omens of the earthly processes that they could correlate with the heavenly phenomena. So, if we could combine all these understandings, psychology, astrology, astronomy, physics and chemistry, which used to be called alchemy, and then we can truly understand the Word of God. We cannot truly understand the Bible without the knowledge of exploration of our world and ourselves. We are hoping to be able to bring you this dynamic of these huge mysteries in such understanding way that you can apply it to your moment to moment. As you know the language of heaven, you will know the language of the Word of God. We will set examples of the historical figures. They suffered through their ups and downs. Let us learn and digest it and apply it so we can become stronger, more valiant in our steps of daily life. The Bible is supposed to be a book that is alive. It's like knock. Jesus says, I'm knocking at the door of your heart. Open your heart. Let me come in and have supper with you. Have supper with you means let's have a date. Yes. Are you ready to have a date with the Maker? To know what you're made of? Your inner universe and the outer universe that sends the same message. We project back and forth. What is above is as below. That is the old Hermetic axiom. So let's connect, not just to our inner universe, but let's learn from our other world, which astrology teaches through our relationships, and astronomy teaches through physics of impossible understanding of other worlds. Let's combine the two. Even more, let's add art and history and a spice of future. Now let us put that into our existence and know what we are made out of. We are heavenly treasures. We are stones, diamonds in the rough, that we are being made into universal settings. Like Tiffany's display is going to be put into shame when the heavenly display displays every single one of us on that day, which we think of it as the judgment day, but it's really more than that. It is the day of reward. It's the day that we will be eternal beings, comfortable in the abode of the lights of universal existence.